Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 5 at 6 on your Friday night. I'm Rob Quirk. Diane has the night off. More than 100 bodies found improperly stored inside Return to Nature Funeral Home in Penrose. In response, Governor Polis has declared a local disaster emergency in Fremont County tonight. We put together a team to dive into every angle to help you get up to speed on this tragedy. News 5's Eleanor Sheehan starts our team coverage. She's live outside the funeral home in Penrose with the new information from investigators tonight. Eleanor?
The investigation began this week after neighbors complained of a bad odor, and you can still smell that bad odor coming from the funeral home here in Penrose. Now take a look here behind me. You can see three gentlemen in these white suits. They look like to be something with hazmat or hazardous. Today in the press conference, the coroner did say inside the funeral home is a hazardous situation. Now, I spoke with one neighbor today who says this discovery comes as a shock for the small community of Penrose. The Return to Nature Funeral Home in Penrose, a place families trusted to take care of the loved ones they have lost. It's now the subject of a wide-ranging investigation.
Yeah, it's kind of probably a shock for this little community.
Keith Pavetti has lived in this house for 13 years. He can see the funeral home from his driveway and hasn't seen any activity around the building in months.
It's been a strange operation over there. When they first opened, they looked like they had like one service over there where there was a lot of cars and stuff. And after that, there was like two vehicles parked behind the building. We've never seen anybody over there.
Keith says he started picking up on a smell coming from the building a few weeks ago.
The smell keeps getting worse. We just started noticing some smell about 2 weeks ago. And we don't notice it here, but up on that end of the property, we do.
That smell led authorities to finding 115 bodies stored improperly inside the funeral home.
The area of the funeral home where the bodies were improperly stored was horrific.
The coroner did not want to go into any more detail about the condition inside the funeral home out of respect for the families impacted, but says it's a dangerous situation for anyone entering inside.
While we want to process this scene as quickly as possible, the safety of the investigators entering the funeral home is of critical importance.
The sheriff says his goal is to make sure every body is treated with respect while getting answers for the families impacted by this discovery.
This case is my office's highest priority, and we will do all within our statutory authority in assessing every resource available for the resolution that you deserve.
I asked the sheriff if they've made contact with the owners of the funeral home. He says they have been in contact with them, and as for now, they are cooperating. But again, he did not want to give any further information on that part of this discovery. He said that no arrests have been made yet, and he did not want to comment on possible charges going forward. In Penrose, Eleanor Sheehan, News 5.
Outside the Return to Nature funeral home, investigators put up crime scene tape and searched through a hearse. Documents obtained by 9 News highlight new details on what went on inside the facility where 115 bodies were found. The Colorado Department of Regulatory Agency says the owner of the funeral home claimed he practices taxidermy at the Penrose location and acknowledged that there was a problem on the property. When police executed a warrant, they found evidence that human remains were improperly stored, and the owner attempted to conceal them, state investigators say.
Without providing too much detail to avoid further victimizing these families, the area of the funeral home where the bodies were improperly stored was horrific.
The Return to Nature funeral home advertises green burials, where bodies are not embalmed and often placed in wicker caskets. The state has now shut down all its locations as they work to determine what exactly the owner meant when he told investigators he practiced taxidermy here in Penrose. Mark Salinger, 9 News.